China often acts like the strongest force in the South China Sea. Its warships hover near reefs. Its aircraft patrol disputed skies. But those moves carry risks when the Philippines starts responding in new ways. Picture a resupply mission to Second Thomas Shoal in June 2024. Instead of retreating, Filipino servicemen faced axes, knives, ramming attempts, and boarding actions. They defended their mission and kept their presence alive under raw pressure. That moment showed the world that Manila now dares to retaliate with strength, strategy, and resolve, not just protest. China watches closely when the Philippines ramps up patrols, upgrades its Navy and Coast Guard, and partners with global allies. Each new ship, each radar, each showdown changes how China calculates its path forward in these contested waters. In this video, we will uncover how the Philippine military has grown from being a peripheral player to a force that even China must factor into every plan. We will examine strategic shifts, real incidents, and systems that now make Beijing sit up and take caution. If you believe this video deserves to be seen far and wide, press like now, subscribe, and activate notifications so this analysis continues reaching more people. Over the past few years, the Philippines has taken quiet but confident steps to strengthen its position in the South China Sea. It began with simple upgrades, runways on remote islands, new radar systems, and better supply routes to outposts that once seemed forgotten. Each move might look small on its own, but together they have reshaped how the region views Manila's military reach. Pagasa Island, also known as Thitu, has become a symbol of this transformation. Once a modest settlement, it now hosts extended airstrips and a functional port that can support larger vessels and aircraft. These developments give the country a stronger presence in contested waters and allow faster response when tensions rise. The government has also started modernizing the armed forces under long-term defense programs. New ships, fighter aircraft, and coastal defense missiles are part of this wider plan. These additions may not yet match China's massive fleet, but they send a clear signal that the Philippines is no longer standing still. And the most powerful change is not just in equipment, but in mindset. The military now operates with a renewed sense of purpose to protect national sovereignty, ensure safe waters for its fishermen, and stand firm on international law. That growing confidence is what truly makes this island nation rise in strength and respect. As the Philippines strengthens its position at home, its courage extends far beyond its shores. Filipino soldiers and peacekeepers have served in some of the most challenging missions around the world. From the deserts of the Middle East to the conflict zones of Africa, they have carried their nation's flag not to conquer, but to protect and rebuild. In United Nations missions, Filipino troops have earned deep respect for their discipline and professionalism. They have guarded refugee camps, secured fragile ceasefires, and helped communities recover after war. Many times, they have risked their lives far from home, driven by a duty that goes beyond national pride. This global service has shaped how the world sees the Filipino soldier. Nations that once overlooked this small archipelago now recognize its soldiers as reliable allies and skilled professionals. Their calm under pressure and readiness to act with integrity make them trusted even in the most tense operations. This courage across borders shows that the strength of the Philippines is not just in defense, but in its heart to serve. It reminds the world that real power does not always come from the largest army, but from the will to protect life and peace wherever it is needed. The Philippines has learned that no nation stands strong alone. Its strength grows through unity. Unity among its people, its government, and its allies. Across the islands, from Luzon to Mindanao, cooperation between local communities and the armed forces has become vital in keeping peace and stability. Fishermen share information about movements at sea, villagers assist in disaster response, and civilians work closely with soldiers in rebuilding after conflict. This connection builds trust and a sense of shared purpose. On a broader scale, unity extends beyond the nation's borders. The Philippines continues to deepen its ties with countries that share its vision for a free and peaceful Indo-Pacific. Joint training with the United States, Japan, Australia, and other partners has strengthened its defense capability and boosted morale. Each exercise sends a message that the region's security depends on nations standing together, not against one another. This unity is what makes the Philippines different. It may not have the largest army or fleet, but it has the will of its people, the support of its allies, and the courage to stand firm when tested. Strength built on unity cannot be easily shaken. If videos like these remind you of the sacrifices made by the nation's defenders, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how you honor those who gave everything for the country's freedom. For decades, the Philippines has lived beside powerful nations with massive fleets and vast resources. Yet history shows that true strength is not always measured by size, but by courage and conviction. When China began expanding its reach in the South China Sea, many thought smaller nations would simply stay silent, but the Philippines chose a different path. It stood firm on the rule of law and international justice, proving that even a small country can challenge much larger powers with dignity and principle. The 2016 arbitration victory in The Hague became a turning point. The world saw that the Philippines could face a global giant and still stand on solid ground. That decision did not only defend its waters, it defended the idea that fairness and respect must guide every nation's claim. Since then, Filipino forces have continued to protect their fishermen, patrol contested areas, and document every act of aggression with bravery and transparency. Each encounter on the sea, each mission completed despite danger, reminds the world that standing up for what is right is never a weakness. It is a lesson for all nations that values, not just weapons, define real power. What truly unsettles China isn't just the Philippines' military power, it's the courage behind it. The fear doesn't come from the size of the Philippine Navy or Air Force, but from something much deeper, the unshakable unity of a people who refuse to back down. Every time Filipino patrols return to the West Philippine Sea, despite the risks, they send a powerful message. This land and sea belong to those who love it enough to protect it. China may have larger ships, faster jets, and modern missiles, but the Philippines has something no superpower can copy: a fearless spirit and allies that respect its courage. The sight of small vessels facing massive Coast Guard ships has become a global symbol of resistance. The world watches, not because the Philippines is big, but because it dares to stand tall. This bravery has earned admiration across the world. Even foreign military experts have begun to recognize the strategic resilience of the Philippines, how it turns limited resources into strong defense lines through innovation, partnerships, and pure determination. Throughout history, Filipino soldiers have proven that defending freedom is not just a duty, but a calling. From World War II to modern peacekeeping missions, their legacy has been written through sacrifice and determination. When the Philippines was invaded during the Second World War, its soldiers fought beside American forces, standing their ground even in the harshest battles of Bataan and Corregidor. Many were captured, but their courage never faded. That endurance became a symbol of Filipino strength. In later decades, Filipino troops took part in the Korean War, fighting under the United Nations command. They helped secure key victories, earning respect from allies for their discipline and teamwork. Their contributions were far beyond their numbers, showing the world that even a small nation can stand tall when guided by conviction. Today, that same spirit continues as the armed forces protect democracy, defend borders, and respond to disasters at home. Whether it is fighting insurgency, conducting rescue missions, or standing watch over contested seas, every act reflects one message: freedom has a guardian, and that guardian wears the Filipino uniform. Across the shimmering waters of the West Philippine Sea, a quiet battle unfolds every single day. The Filipino Coast Guards and fishermen stand as the first line of defense, not just for their territory, but for their dignity. They sail through uncertain tides, often facing powerful foreign vessels that try to intimidate them. Yet, they never turn back. These men and women have become the living shield of the nation, true guardians of the sea. Their bravery isn't powered by advanced weapons or massive fleets. It's driven by love for their homeland and an unbreakable belief that the ocean's heart belongs to the Filipino people. Every fishing boat that dares to sail into contested waters carries more than just nets. It carries hope, pride, and a silent message to the world. The Philippines will not be pushed away from its own seas. Even global defense analysts have taken notice. Reports from international think tanks show how the Philippines is using a mix of strategy and courage to protect its maritime borders. From new radar systems to stronger Coast Guard training with allies, the country is turning the tides in its favor. From the calm blue waves of the West Philippine Sea to the proud hearts of its soldiers and citizens, one truth echoes across the islands. The Philippines may be small in size, but it stands tall in courage. What makes this nation powerful isn't the size of its military, but the strength of its unity, the fire of its people, and the spirit that refuses to bow down. Every act of bravery, every patrol across contested waters, every soldier standing guard, all of it tells the world that the Filipino spirit is alive and unshaken. This is not just about defense, it's about identity, pride, and the right to protect what's rightfully theirs. So what do you think? If peace truly returns to the South China Sea, how will it change the future of Asia? I'm waiting to hear your thoughts. Share them in the comments below. And if you feel inspired by the courage of the Filipino people, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video that matters. Also, share this video with your friends. Let the world know what true bravery looks like. Because in the end, the strength of a nation doesn't come from fear. It comes from faith, honor, and unity. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas!